So what do you do now in terms of your own wealth? How are you? You've probably learned a lot again over the last 20 years from the banking world,
Yes.
like selling services. You learned a certain amount to get to one level, and then you realize like, oh, some things work well and some things don't work well, and then you got to another level of your wealth, and then you realize, okay, now I've got more wealth. Some things work and some things don't work. You keep, I'm assuming, expanding. And
Yes.
I'm building my wealth. I realize, wow, there's always something to learn.
That's exactly right.
There's always stuff. Now there's taxes. Now I've got to learn how to invest my money. Now I've got to learn what's the right places and all those
Right.
things. So what's the phase you're at right now, and what are the biggest lessons you've learned in the last couple of years?
Okay, so the phase I'm at right now is obviously continued growth, right? Because with inflation, costs are going to go up.
course.
So you can't hide money in a cookie jar and just put it in the ground. It's got to grow. So with me, I'm always looking, but I'm understanding risk more. You know, these latest crazes that come out, I just cringe. Cryptocurrencies,
it's crazy, right?
Bitcoin,
Yeah.
right? Now there's this thing out there. It's not even real. That's been given a value by somebody that's not regulated, right? And so when you look at this, you would laugh at that. But we've had people seriously pursue that. Day trading years ago was a big thing. So for me, what I'm doing is I'm trying to be smart with what I do, but I need to be crystal clear on what not to do. Meaning, I don't want to take unnecessary risks.
What are the things that are non-negotiable you won't do?
I'm not doing debt. I am not doing debt.
So what's that mean for people?
That means I don't borrow money. I'm not looking to borrow money to leverage, borrowing money from my home to invest, no leverage schemes. I don't borrow at all, and I'm crystal clear on what it is I'm doing, meaning the longer range view. Lewis, what I started doing years ago was I started making 2-year decisions. I wanted to make a decision today that I look back on in 2 years, and I'm glad that I made it. Now imagine
What are some of those decisions?
Oh gosh, well, I mean, staying allergic to debt. I mean, I have people come to me all the time with business opportunities. They're like, Hogan, listen, if you put in this amount, we're going to do boom, 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 boom. You know, and in looking at that, I have to be smart enough to say no, right? That if it looks too good to be true, we know it is, right? But I think it's more about I think I've made more money by not doing things than I would have by going down a path.
And did you invest in certain things early on where you're like, yeah, that seems like fun and interesting, and you're like, I never got my money
Oh yeah,
back?
no, I learned my lesson.
I've invested, I think, 8 startups over the last 8 years, and guess how much money I've made?
How much, Lewis?
0.
How much did you invest? Give me a ballpark.
Probably about 250 to 300 grand.
Okay.
Luckily,
All right. That's not as bad.
I wasn't going like big on it.
Right.
I was like, let me just dabble.
Yes.
Let me just get in the game, play with it.
That's right.
It's okay if I lose it.
Right.
I had the mindset like, I'm gambling.
Right. Well, and that's exactly what I did. But
I
here's
wanted
it.
to learn.
And you know what? You paid a dollar amount, but you learned some stuff.
I learned some stuff.
You know what you're not going to do
Exactly.
ever again.
Exactly.
And see, to me, that's valuable.
Yeah.
Because obviously, as things grow and profiles grow, the risks grow. You know, the bigger things come. So I just want people to take, that's why my website's chrishogan360.com. I want people to take a 360-degree look at a lot of the things they're doing, their business, their life. Like, look at this and make decisions about what you want. Like, I'm crystal clear on what I want, but I'm absolutely certain of what I don't want. I don't want failure. I don't want negative attitudes around me, right? I want to make sure that I'm impacting people.
Yeah. Powerful. What are the things that you, so you don't borrow debt?
Nope.
And so what's that mean? It says you can't start something unless you use sweat equity, unless you have the money.
Pay cash.
Pay cash.
Pay cash.
Yeah.
So that means for real estate, right? If there's a property that I want to buy, I don't go to a bank.
You don't get a loan out.
Nope. I save up and pay. Now, what does that make me do? It makes me have patience. That means I'm not
don't
letting.
Get everything you want now.
That's exact. Well, and that's, you have kids yet?
No kids.
Okay, so you got freedom and money. But kids want what they want, and they want it now.
Yes, you do.
Right?
Give it to me now,
Right.
Dad. Yeah.
And so if as adults we do that, that's dangerous. Yeah. That's why the average credit card debt right now is 15 grand. Wow. People have 45,000 in student loans. Car payments of $600 or more a month. So for me, I look at debt as a thing that limits me from doing what I want to do, not getting me there faster. Now I'm old school. Now I did my stupid. I did single stocks. I did all those things and I lost a lot of money. Yeah. But looking at it, what I was trying to do was to get rich instead of build wealth, right? And there's a difference.
Between getting rich and building
That's
wealth.
right.
What's the difference between getting rich and building
Getting
wealth?
rich is where you want to quickly get money, right? And these are the lottery winners that I've talked to. They got money in really, really quick, but they also lost it really, really quick. So building wealth is a long-term view, meaning you can have some fun and enjoy some stuff, but don't get so focused in the enjoying that you forget to plan for the future, right? What's the YOLO? That's the hipster phrase. You only live once. Well, in my mind, if you have that mentality and you believe that,
You're broke for a long time.
that's right, because you're doing everything for today. So anyway, I want people to have just awareness. Like, you can have some fun today, but let's also make sure we're doing some things, using the 401ks, using SEPs if you're self-employed. Put some money aside so it can start to grow for you. Talking to these millionaires, the number one thing they said that caused them to build wealth was employer-sponsored retirement plans, 401ks, 403bs, and Roth IRAs. So people out there that are self-employed, the SEPs, solo 401ks, you've got ways to be able to invest. And that's what I want people to do. And so wealth building is a long-term view. Getting rich is a quick hit. I don't want a quick hit.
Yeah. What else can you do to invest your money besides, say you max out all your IRAs and everything, but what else do you personally do or advise people to do to invest?
Well, you can also, people typically think, okay, well, I can only invest in my 401k, right? No, you can invest outside of retirement plans for the future. For example, I talked in my book, Retire Inspired, I talked about I want to retire by age 54. Right? And so, and looking at that. And so what does that mean? Because a lot of people think retirement's an age, right? Like at age 65, I can retire. And I go, well, the government's not going to take care of you, right? The average Social Security payout's around $13,000. Can you really live a dream on $1,300 a month?
Oh, yeah. $1,300 a month.
A month. $13,000 a year, $1,300 a month.
Yeah.
Now, it depends on what you pay into it. But people were thinking the government was just going to take care of them. And you and I know better. And so I wanted people to wake up and look at that. So the mindset around investing is to grow your money. Time and compound interest help you grow money. Put some aside each and every month and be consistent. You can still have fun and do some stuff, but just don't go all in. Yeah.
What else are you investing in personally to help?
Oh, I mean, right now for me, I do growth stock mutual funds, which essentially what that is instead of going a single stock, which is going all in on one thing, growth stock mutual funds allow me to invest in multiple different things, so I'm diversified. And all diversification is spreading out stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, right? So growth stock mutual funds are a big deal for me. Real estate with cash is a big deal for me.
So you got to wait a while to get real estate done.
Oh,
You got to
yes.
save your money, and then you put it down.
That's right.
You see, you're 100% down to cash?
100%.
Or do you put like half down?
100% down. If I'm looking to invest, right? So you're right, it is slower, but guess what? There's no risk. For example, you pay cash for it and you have it with the economy 2008 goes down or goes up. If I'm renting it, I need to have good renters.
Yeah, you don't
right?
lose it.
I don't have a payment I'm making every month. What I don't want are people in control of me, right? I don't want people, I don't want to have to go work to chase money. I want to work to impact people. And if I'm working to impact people and I don't have debt in my life, then what I have to make is really small. Utilities, food, right? It changes things.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, imagine the world we'd have if we had people that were out of debt and they were able to do the things they believed in.
Be incredible.
Oh, I mean, there's not a charity out there that would be underfunded, right? Single moms, big brothers, big sisters, any of these things out there, they would have the money to do what's needed. So I want America to wake up and look at it, learn how to count. They taught me in kindergarten, 1 + 1 = 2. Right? When you get older and you start to factor in debt, they try to tell you 1 + 1 = 3, right? And so what we have to do is go back to basics. Remember how to count and stay true to yourself.
Wow.